The second you turn the key in the lock, your dog is already there. Standing 2 inches from the door, tail swinging, body coiled with the kind of energy that's been building for hours. You step inside, they explode into motion, and you laugh and call them silly. But that reaction is not random. It's not even simple affection. What your dog does in the first 30 seconds of seeing you walk through that door is a layered, deliberate piece of communication. And most owners spend their entire lives misreading it. Today we're breaking down what your dog is actually saying when they greet you at the door, what the science reveals about that moment, and the one small thing you've probably been doing wrong every single day without realizing it. 1. Your dog knew you were coming long before you arrived. Most people assume the greeting begins when the door opens. It doesn't. By the time you're fumbling for your keys, your dog has already processed more information about you than you've processed about yourself all day. Start with the nose. Dogs have somewhere between 200 and 300 million olfactory receptors, compared to the roughly 5 to 6 million sitting inside your nose. The portion of their brain dedicated to processing scent is, proportionally, about 40 times larger than ours. That isn't a fun fact. That's a fundamentally different way of experiencing reality. What this means is that from a distance most humans can't even register, your dog has been pulling information out of the air. The scent of your car as it approaches the driveway, the trace of your shampoo as you step out, the sweat on your skin, which carries chemical signatures of stress, fatigue, or calm. A study published in Animal Cognition demonstrated that dogs can distinguish between human sweat samples collected during fear states and happy states, and they respond behaviorally to each one differently. So when you walk in after a hard day, your dog isn't reading your face first. They've already read your body chemistry. They knew before you knew. Then comes the hearing. Dogs can detect frequencies ranging from around 67 Hz to 45,000 Hz, well above what we can pick up. Your footsteps have a rhythm they've memorized. Your car has an engine note they've cataloged. The metallic click of your keys is filed away in their memory as your sound. Not just any sound. By the time your hand touches the doorknob, your dog has confirmed your identity through at least 3 separate sensory channels. And what they do with that information is where it gets interesting. Some dogs lean into excitement, ramping their energy up to break whatever tension they've sensed in you. Others pull back, lower their body, approach quietly because they've read your stress and decided softness is the right move. Both responses are intentional. Both are tailored to you specifically on that particular day. Your dog is doing something in those final moments before you walk in that most humans never bother to do for each other. They're paying full, undivided attention to who you are right now. But there's a reason they choose the door, specifically as their waiting spot. Not the couch, not the window, not the hallway, the door. And the reason traces back to something far older than your relationship with them. I'll come back to it later in this video, because once you understand it, the whole greeting reframes itself. 2. The sniffing session at the door is doing more work than you realize. The moment you step through, your dog's nose goes to work. Your shoes, your pant legs, your hands, your bag, they press in close, inhale deeply, and seem to lose themselves in it. Most people brush past this. Some find it slightly annoying. A few actually try to stop it because it feels rude or excessive. Don't stop it. What's happening in those 20 to 30 seconds is one of the most precise information-gathering rituals in the animal world. Every place you went today left a residue on you. The coffee shop, the office, the gas station, the colleague who has a cat, the friend who has a dog. All of it is layered onto your clothes and skin like a timeline. Your dog isn't sniffing for fun, they're reading that timeline backwards. Researchers studying canine scent processing have shown that dogs handle familiar and unfamiliar smells in different parts of the brain. When something on you breaks the expected pattern, a new dog, an unusual food, a different perfume, their investigation deepens. They linger, they recheck, they cross-reference. And once they've finished, you'll often see them press their body into yours or rub their face against your legs. That's not just affection. Dogs carry scent glands around their cheeks and the base of their tail. They're putting their signature back on you, recalibrating you from the outside world back into theirs. 3. Not every dramatic greeting is about how much they missed you. This one is going to sting a little, but if you actually want to understand your dog, you need to hear it. Not every spinning, jumping welcome is pure emotion. Sometimes, more often than owners want to admit, it's a request dressed up as affection. And the difference matters. Here's how you tell them apart. A dog who genuinely missed you greets you and then stays with you. They follow you into the kitchen. They lean against your leg while you take off your shoes. The energy comes down, but the closeness stays. That's attachment. A dog with an agenda greets you with the same energy, then immediately starts steering you somewhere. They run to the back door and look back. They sit pointedly by the food bowl. They drop a ball at your feet before your bag is even down. Both look like excitement on the surface. The difference is what happens 20 seconds after you walk in. Studies on canine communication call this referential signaling, where dogs deliberately alternate their gaze between a person and an object to direct attention. It isn't accidental. It's pointing, without fingers. 4. Your dog has memorized your schedule more precisely than you have. You've probably had this experience. You're still down the street, still parking the car, and somehow when you walk in, your dog is already at the door. Already positioned. Already waiting. Most people assume it's just their hearing. And yes, their hearing plays a role. They know the pitch of your engine, the rhythm of your steps, the click of your keys. But the bigger answer goes deeper, into something scientists call circadian timing and episodic-like memory. Studies in canine cognition have shown that dogs display measurable increases in anticipatory behavior, pacing, alertness, position changes that begin well before the owner's typical arrival time. Not triggered by sound. Not triggered by smell. Triggered by time itself. If you come home most days between 5:30 and 6 luro, their nervous system begins preparing around 5:15. Cortisol shifts. Heart rate adjusts. They move to the door. And here's the part that should make you pause. When you're late, your dog doesn't just wait longer. Their body enters a low-grade stress state. So when you come home an hour late and the greeting is louder, harder to settle, that's a nervous system releasing tension that has been quietly building. 5. What you do in the first 10 seconds shapes the entire moment. Be honest with yourself for a second. What's your actual routine when you walk in the door? You probably set your bag down, check your phone, kick off your shoes, maybe call out to someone else in the house. And your dog is right there, spinning, jumping, pressing into your legs, and you half acknowledge them while you do 5 other things. From your dog's side, that moment looks completely different. They've spent hours anticipating your return. Their body chemistry has been shifting for the last 30 minutes. They've positioned themselves at the door. And in those first 10 seconds, all of that built-up energy is looking for somewhere to land. When you walk past without engaging, that energy doesn't disappear. It either escalates into hyperactivity that you find frustrating, or, over time, it does something quieter and more damaging. Your dog learns that the greeting doesn't lead anywhere, that the effort isn't worth it. Research from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna found that the quality of the reunion has a direct effect on the dog's stress regulation. Dogs who received calm, attentive acknowledgement showed faster normalization of heart rate and cortisol than dogs who were ignored or hushed away. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. 10 seconds. Crouch down, get to their level, slow your movements, let them sniff, let them press in. Eye contact. A slow touch. A quiet word. That's it. 10 seconds of actual presence, and their whole nervous system begins to settle. 6. The door is not random, and what your dog is telling you there changes everything. Earlier in this video, I said there's a specific reason your dog chooses the door. Not the couch, not the bedroom, not the window. Here it is. To your dog, the front door is the single most important location in their entire territory. It's the threshold between the known world and the unknown one. Every sound from outside enters through it. Every unfamiliar smell filters through it. Every stranger, every delivery, every potential threat approaches through it. This is not poetic language. It's a deeply rooted behavioral pattern that traces back to the evolutionary ancestors of every domestic dog alive today. Before dogs lived in homes, their survival depended on guarding the entrance to their den, the most vulnerable point in their territory. Your perfectly pampered, indoor-only, never seen a wolf in its life, dog still operates on that exact wiring. So when your dog stands at the door waiting for you, they're not just picking a convenient spot. They're stationed at the most monitored, most exposed, most meaningful point in their world. And they choose to wait there because you are the thing that makes it feel safe. Behavioral scientists describe this as a secure base relationship. The same framework originally used to study how human infants bond with their caregivers. When the secure figure is present, stress drops, confidence rises. When the figure disappears, anxiety climbs. Dogs show this same pattern, measurably, biologically. You are your dog's secure base. The door is where you vanish, and where they wait for the world to make sense again. When you finally walk through it, something physical shifts in them. Cortisol drops. Heart rate steadies. The nervous system exhales. That's not loyalty as a concept. That's loyalty as biology. So tomorrow, when you pull into your driveway and you hear them on the other side before you've even touched the handle, you'll know what's actually waiting for you. Not a dog asking for something. A dog whose entire emotional world just clicked back into place because you came home. If this changed the way you see your dog, share it with someone who has one. And if you want to keep going deeper into how dogs think, feel, and communicate, hit subscribe. There's a lot more coming.